Hello, my name is Jessica Blandy. I'm the president of the Roanoke City Council of PTAs, and I'm also a second grade teacher here at Grandin Court. So welcome to my classroom. In second grade, we've been learning a lot about point of view and who's telling the story. And so today we're going to read a book, and it's an old fairy tale that you already know probably, but it's a little bit different. It's what we call a twisted fairy tale. And so this is going to be told by the viewpoint of somebody different. The story is, seriously, Cinderella is so annoying. And the book is written by Trisha Shaskan, and it's illustrated by Gerald, but it's the story of Cinderella as told by the wicked stepmother. So this story is actually going to be the wicked stepmother's point of view. You'll have to think, do you believe Cinderella's version or do you believe the wicked stepmother's version? Let's find out. You must have heard of me, the wicked stepmother. Not true. It's just another one of Cinderella's wild stories. Not as wild as the one about the pumpkin and the fairy godmother. The real story, the true story, began with some chatter and some dust. All I ever wanted was a husband and a mansion. Before I married Cindy's father, my two darlings and I had met Cindy only a few times. The girl had seemed normal then. After I married Cindy's father, my darlings and I moved in. When I had just one foot on the front step, my dear husband kissed me goodbye and said, "I'm off for business." "He leaves often," Cindy said, "but the animals stay put. They talk. They joke, they sing, they even help out, especially the bluebirds." All right, so there's the father just leaving. Now, I don't mind a story, but I like facts, not fiction. Soon the girl was talking all kinds of hokey pokey. "Once upon a time," Cindy said, "one of the bluebirds became blue. Not the color, the feeling. His friend had flown south. My darlings and I were stuck by the front door. I just wanted to put away my bags. And then that's when I saw it. Dust." "Dear, is the whole house this dusty?" I asked. "I don't know," Cindy said. "I'll give you a tour." In the dining room, Cindy told stories. In the study, Cindy told stories. Non-stop. "Girls," I said, "time to get to work. This place needs a good cleaning." "Once upon a time, when I was cleaning," Cindy started. Oh boy. Cindy mopped the floor. But she finished so fast. My darlings had barely even started. "Did you know robins and sparrows are my friends?" she said, "but the sparrows don't like the robins. Silly creatures. Once upon a time, one of the robins..." "Okay, dear," I said. "Why don't you go and wash the clothes now, But Cindy washed them so fast. How on earth did she do it? I had to find another chore for her just to keep her busy. "If there's one thing squirrels love, it's wearing clothes and washing them," Cindy said. "The rats, though, they would rather iron. You know, one day, squirrels and rats doing laundry quit telling such foolish stories," I said. Time passed, but nothing changed. In the garden, Cindy told stories. In the kitchen, Cindy told stories. At dinner, I couldn't even hear myself think. "Dear, please," I said, "stop talking." But Cindy didn't stop. One day, a letter arrived. It was an invitation to the king's ball. The prince would surely fall in love with one of my darlings. Then they would marry, live in a beautiful castle, and one day be king and queen of the whole land. "Oh, stepmother," said Cindy, "I have to go too. Once upon a time, there was a prince and a princess." And then, just like that, Cindy lost her voice. Imagine, it had to be from all of the storytelling. Well, what could I do? Cindy, she had to stay home for her health. She cried, of course, but a ball was no place for a sick girl. She needed rest. Sometimes it's so hard being a stepmother. At the ball, my darlings twirled, they whirled, but then some strange girl waltzed in. Her gown was magnificent. I couldn't take my eyes off it. I wondered how much it cost and if my seamstress could copy it for me. The prince and the girl danced and pranced. My poor darlings were left princeless. A few days later, the prince made an announcement. A glass slipper had been left at the castle. The prince would marry the girl whose foot it fit. Our big chance. After visiting every other mansion in the neighborhood, the prince's valet arrived at our door. Me, said one of my darlings. No, me, said the other. One at a time, said the valet. Each girl tried, but the shoe didn't fit. Then Cindy pushed out a whisper. Please, let me try. The shoe fit. Cindy pulled the match out of her pocket. Okay, readers, you're going to have to investigate this a little bit. What? My darlings cried. Cindy pushed out another whisper. She said something about a pumpkin coach and turned into horses. And she even added fairy godmother. Please, there's no such thing. But I still don't know where she got those shoes. All right, readers. It says the shoe fit. Cindy pulled the match out of her pocket. So there is the shoe that the valet put on her foot that fit. But this is not out of her pocket. So do we think that, I think that's a squirrel. Do we think the squirrels were just helping her win? Or do we think she was really the girl at the ball? That's for you to decide. A few days later, the prince married Cindy. Poor man, he had no idea what he was getting himself into. But we lived happily ever after. They probably lived happily ever after because there was some peace and quiet. So this twisted fairy tale was told in the point of view of the wicked stepmother. So whoever you're watching with this, tell them, do you believe the wicked stepmother was right? Do you think this is the real story? Or do you think the wicked stepmother is just trying to be kind and trying to make herself seem better? There's no wrong answer. It's whatever point of view you think is the right one. So this summer, one thing I challenge you, and it doesn't matter if you are just a baby being read to, or if you're a high school senior, there are twisted fairy tales for everybody. Here are some other ones in my library in the classroom that I love. 3 Horrid Little Pigs, as told by the wolf. It's the wolf's point of view. Another one from the wolf's point of view, The True Story of the 3 Little Pigs. Here's your traditional one, just the 3 Little Pigs. Then I have The 3 Little Fish and the Big Bad Shark. That's another twist. And then I also have The 3 Ninja Pigs. So check out your libraries, check out what's happening in school, and you can find any of these books. If you're a high school senior, I recommend some of the steampunk fairy tale books like Cinder and Scarlet, you'll definitely want to check out those twisted fairy tales. Thanks for coming in my classroom, and catch me anytime to talk about fairy tales or any books at all. Thank you.